Hey guys, welcome back to another tour of TurboGrafx stuff. Oh my god, my other computer. Oh Jesus. Anyway, happy holidays. I should probably clean that screen off. Hold on a second. Hold on. That screen looks blurry. Alright, let me clean this lens. I'm all sorts of prepared today. Oh, that's a little bit better. I was noticing on the Christmas tree, all the lights were all funky. Let me tilt this a little bit this way. There. So hey, Merry Holidays, Christmas time. Dark City Productions t-shirt. I'm wearing it today. Just got it in the mail. Pretty stoked about that. So you may remember, if you're a follower of the channel or just in general, either you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, thank you so much for the views and the follows and all that jazz, that I did two different videos. I did one basically just going through the collection of Hue cards that I had, and then another video of the CD-ROM games that I had in the PC Engine library. So what I wanted to do, and this is going to be annoying because phones give me notifications, of course, that's great. What I wanted to do then is finish off the PC Engine library by sharing all of the Super CD-ROM games. So I'm going to stop rambling and just start rattling through these. So now, when I did the Hue cards, it was like the collections in like my little book and like those little containers here, because I get keep Hue cards in like baseball card container things, like this kind of stuff, because they're easier to transport around. And then all these are the Hue cards, all the way down to here, and then there's some CD-ROM stuff that goes down the rest of the way. You can't see all of that, but they go down to the damn floor. Oh my god, there's so many. Anyway, so I'm going to start on this left side, because towards the bottom there are some Super CD-ROM games, and I'm just going to go through them. I'm going to give like mini reviews, and also give like maybe a little bit of backstory to most of them. Some of them I'll probably just gloss over and say like, yeah, I never really played this, but it's cool to have. Or these games have awesome soundtracks. Who knows why. But anyway. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just start rambling through these. Also tonight, well, I'll chat more about it later. But all right, let's see what we got here. We've got Cosmic Fantasy 3. Cosmic Fantasy 3 was the third installment, obviously, of the Cosmic Fantasy game series. We only ever got the second one in the US, so this is just an import of the third one. It's not translated, nothing fun like that, and I think I've played about an hour or two of it. Never really got very far. It's kind of one of those games that are amazing, and I'd love to play it more. However, I just haven't had the time to really spend time playing a Japanese RPG. I know just a scotch of Japanese, so not enough to be able to play an RPG quite yet. So that's Cosmic Fantasy 3. Then we've got the very best American football game ever released on the PC Engine / Turbo Duo. That's John Madden Duo CD Football. It's funny because most people would just say like, yeah, great, just John Madden Football on the Duo. But I actually have really good memories of this game, and I got it, I think, the Christmas of '94. And I remember playing Madden 94 on like the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, and it's great old school 16-bit football games, a lot of fun. But this one's actually it plays more like Madden 93 with like CD-ROM graphics and FMV. Doesn't have cutscenes. Well, actually, it does have cutscenes. Dude, it's got like an amazing FMV polygon intro, and really good music and a lot of fun. It has a playoff mode where you can pick your favorite team and go and play in the playoffs and, you know, go through a tournament, and the end credits are amazing. It's like they show like Hudson's offices, and they were like saying goodbye and, you know, farewell. And I don't know, I always kind of considered this kind of a send-off for the Turbo Duo in the US. Not that it was the last game that was ever produced for it, but it was just a really, really good game and an awesome way to play Madden in the 16-bit era and your TurboGrafx, so Turbo Duo, technically. Really great game. It's also the only game on the Turbo Duo to be considered a Super D-ROM game. Can you see that? Because they forgot to add the C to Super CD-ROM, so it's actually Super D-ROM. That's silly. All right, then one of my favorite Japanese RPGs, Emerald Dragon. I actually wrote... So I was playing this game, oh my gosh, I would bet 10 years ago. That's pathetic. I can't believe it's been that long. But I was playing this game about 10 years ago. It's an incredibly well done RPG with some really good battle sequences. Like, it's a very, very fun game. And I was playing through it while blogging about it on the HughCast blog. And I think I got to like 3 or 4 parts. And then I don't know. Oh, I remember what happened with this. There's a game. Shit. It's not Forgotten Worlds, but it's something. Oh man, I have to Google it now. Sorry. But there is a PC Engine game where if you put it in your system, it will format your hard drive without warning. And my save was gone. Now, I only spent probably 6 or 7 hours playing this, but I was blogging about it while playing it, so I was like writing about each chapter I got to and each battle and whatever. It's an interesting read if you ever are really bored and want to read about me playing a Japanese RPG. I was also like ad-libbing and guessing what this cutscenes were about and the characters were saying because I don't understand Japanese very well. But this is a really good one. Really great game. I need to jump back into it again. I should honestly stream this one at some point because it's a really fun game. It's really good. The battle sequences are amazing. And I think the music and the graphics and everything are really good. Really well done. Snatcher. What more can you say about Snatcher? Snatcher is such a great digital comic style game. If you don't know Japanese, you'll want to get the Sega CD version. I keep the PC Engine version around, well, mainly because the game's incredibly cheap. I think I got this for like $10. But it also has a lot of extras inside of it. It's got a soundtrack. It's got booklets galore inside. And it's also just a really cool showpiece. The intro credits, the intro FMV sequence is spectacular. So it's one of those games that I like to show off kind of as a showpiece, just to say like, hey, you should check out the Turbo Duo because of how good the music is. All right, then I've got, let's see down here, I've got a few weird oddities of games that were never released or demos. Oh, let's see what else we got down here. Holy cow, I got a lot of crap down here. All right, let me pull them all out. It's a lot of crap. Here we go. Okay. All right, I think that's it. Oh my god, I honestly forgot I had all the crap that I have down here. One is a bootleg of Rondo of Blood. Now, what is this? Oh my gosh, it's a CDR that I made. This is one of the first translations that were done. This is a glass-mastered CDR of the game. So before Konami translated it and brought it over to the US, a lot of fans from the old PC Engine FX forums did for us, and this is one of the first discs that were made from it. I don't even know if this is a complete one, but that's one of them. Oh gosh, then let's see here. Bootleg of Zack 3. There's going to be some bootlegs in this collection, just so you guys know. Just so you guys know, so don't freaking get crazy upset with me. Zack 3, this is a fan translation that was, I think, 80% done. I tried playing this game. I don't own the official Japanese version, but I've tried playing it. I'm not a fan. It's super gory, and I don't know, the graphics just have an awkward, like weird, they make me feel unsettled, and I could never get into it. Ray Zanber for the FM Towns. Why do I have this in here? Well, it's because it came from our good friends at Tobias's BCE Works. Sent it to me for free. It does not play on Turbo, but it's for the FM Towns. So I get one of those. A CD-ROM of Bonk 2. Bonk's Revenge. Bonk's Big Adventure PC Engine. Again, this is another freebie that got thrown in. It's like one of those things when if you make an order for PCE Works, he sends a lot of freebie discs with, and whenever he sends me stuff, he also puts in freebie stuff. Another thing, Bomberman. I believe this is the same Bomberman that was taken from the 4-in-1. So put it on a CD-ROM disc. And then the Bomberman Special, Far East of Eden, game that was hidden in a different game. You can... Dead In, Note In. 94, they came out with a special Bomberman game with the Far East of Eden characters. Kabuki done. Let's see. Image Fight 2. This, I think, was a mess. Let's see. My buddy John Stover, who is Mad Gear Games, I think he made this. A CD-ROM, and he was like, hey, I got some extra CDs if you want me to send you one. And so he made a Image Fight 2 disc that actually looks really nice. Obviously, it's a reproduction, so nothing too crazy. It's a CDR of it, but the case is really good. Really good looking. It looks pretty legit. Fairly legit, but not quite. All right. Bet you didn't know, Mega Man came out on the PC Engine Super CD. It didn't, actually. But this is the original Mega Man with Super CD music. Turbo reproductions, if you ever want to get copies of Mega Man 1 and 2. Hey, Saru Maru, how's it going, buddy? And then another one that he did for me, Turbo Reproductions, Space Fantasy Zone. This is a really rare and oddball prototype that kind of got released. I don't even think it has music, but it's based on, it's a little bit like a mix of, Star Parodia mixed with, Space Harrier? Yeah, they were going to come out with this in the US, I believe in 94, and it got canceled, of course, and then the game got leaked, and a bunch of people were making booties of it and stuff, so why not? Space Fantasy Zone. And then, Saru, since you're here, hey, buddy, look what I've got. I got a demo of Henshin Engine. We got this from, I think, MGC. Gosh, back in 2016. And I still have it's not sealed by any means, but I resealed it. Not, resealed, I just keep it in plastic because it's so rare and so perfect. But anyway, this was a really cool way to demo out the game back at MGC when we were doing that stuff. So, cool, man, cool. And that's it for that side. Now we're just going to rattle on down through the rest of this. I don't know, it looks like there's like 100 games here. My God, this is going to take me forever. But also, Dark City Productions. Head over to their Facebook page, Dark City Productions, if you want a t-shirt like this. Or, once we're rattling through some of these, you'll notice some of the games have remastered soundtracks. Tim or Electro Haze also offers those on his website. So you should check those out. I'm going to get a drink of water, because I am parched. Saru also does, what do you do? You do like all sorts of trinkets and toys and games and stuff. Hold on, let me show you some other PC Engine stuff. Check these out. I know this isn't PC Engine related, at least not this one, but look at that little Saturn dude. Saru Maru made that for me, and I got him to put it into a Christmas ornament style. And here is a little TurboGrafx guy. Aww. Those are the kind of cool things you can get from Saru. He's got all sorts of neat stuff like that. I think you still do t-shirts and little trinkets. I'm gonna put them on my goddamn Christmas tree right now. Well, let's see. Perfect. Cool. Anyway, yeah, all sorts of really cool stuff to order from all these guys. There's so many creative people on the PC Engine scene. That's why I love our community. Even if we do go a little batshit crazy every once in a while, it's awesome because, like, there's so many creative people in our community that we can totally... I think I have a meeting in 45 minutes. Oh my God. Thanks for the mention. I did the mascot for Dark City's newest remix CD2. Oh shit, for real. So this guy? This girly girl? That's you too? Oh shit, that's so cool. I was actually going to play this in the background while I was doing this, but then I don't know, I just lost track of time, and now I got to really fucking hurry. I got 45 minutes to go through this stuff. Actually, like 40 minutes now. All right. Oh. Here, look at that. Got another thing. I keep like a... Dude, it is not. It is not, Jay. Bastard. I keep like a shrine of PC Engine stuff over there. All right, so here we go. Remember, there are some remastered discs in here. There are some bootlegs in here. But a majority of them are all legitimate. And also, if there's ever a opportunity to have a Japanese game versus a US game, I almost always take the Japanese version because, as we all know, at least most of you guys probably know, PC Engine games are infinitely less expensive than turbo versions. Turbo versions will be ridiculously priced. So, all right, here we go. Starting right from the top. Bootlegs, but it's Sapphire. Sapphire. It was actually made by our good friend Sparky. Sparky made a bunch of covers and cases for these games so you could make your own little bootlegs of them. Basically says, please, or free players only copy, don't sell, don't auction off. So yeah, we got a bunch of free versions of these. And then we also made our own little discs for them too. Free game. You can get your own. Find it online. It's free. Shouldn't be charged for it. Art of Fighting. Awesome fighting game. This is an arcade card. Oh, also that Sapphire works with the arcade card, and you can tell because the edge there it says arcade. This is a fantastic version of Art of Fighting that actually changes aspect ratios while you're fighting in matches, because the Turbo Duo doesn't have, well, the arcade card in the Turbo and everything doesn't naturally have the ability to zoom in-game. And of course, in Art of Fighting on the Neo Geo, that system obviously allows for zooming, just like the Super Nintendo. You can zoom sprites in and out. So this game actually did a really neat trick. While you're fighting, it changes the aspect ratio, so it changes from like a far away view to a closer view while you move in closer to each other. And then if you move back apart, it zooms back out. Fucking awesome. I love this game. I actually really like Art of Fighting. It's a really cool fighting game. The Turbo version's a great port of it. Fatal Fury Special. Awesome game. These are a lot of Neo Geo fighters in the arcade card library, but Fatal Fury Special is really good. Probably my favorite version of Fatal Fury Special outside of the Neo Geo. Fatal Fury 2, some music was changed up in this one, and it also has like less characters in it, so this one came first, and then Special obviously was the game that came after it, which is basically like Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, if you want to compare it to that. This one's a really good game too. It's got a little bit slightly different graphics and music and stuff, so it's definitely worth owning. Because I remember that conversation came up once. It's like, is it really worth owning Fatal Fury 2 if you have Special? And I agree. I think I actually, well, I wouldn't agree. I think it does. It if you can find it cheap, and I think they were like $5-6 each or something. So, the Far East of Eden Kabuki Clash game. This is actually an original arcade card game. There was a there's two different versions of this that came out. One was on the Neo Geo, and one was on the Turbo or arcade card, PC Engine, but they play completely different, and this is an excellent game. It reminds me of like Kabuki Clash on the Neo Geo reminded me of Samurai Showdown. This one reminded me more of like some of the other PC Engine fighting games. It's really good, really high speed, fast game, awesome stuff. It's really fun. And then the last arcade card I have is World Heroes 2. I'm a nerd for World Heroes. I've got a... Oh, shit. I've got... Where is it? Wait, don't I... Do I not have it anymore? What the fuck? Oh, no. Okay. Jesus Christ. I was going to say. I have World Heroes 2 Jet on the Neo Geo. And I've got World Heroes 2 on the PC Engine. Arcade card. I love World Heroes. Like, stories as far as World Heroes goes, when do you still have Steve Buscemi Takes Town on the PC Engine? I still do, and I'll get to that in a second, J-Bear. Thank you. I loved the World Heroes games. The stories about that, and just real short. I can always elaborate more on these while we're doing Twitch streams, which of course is Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time, and then Saturday mornings when I game on Twitch, which I'll be doing tonight, if you guys want to hang out again tonight. But anyway, World Heroes 2 and World Heroes 2 Jet are always going to be like near and dear to my heart, because when I was a kid, going to the arcades, especially in central Wisconsin, like bigger kids get dibs on the arcade machines, and like Mortal Kombat and Samurai Showdown and Street Fighter 2 were always loaded with people. But World Heroes 2 Jet, no one was playing it. And so when I got to bring my allowance to the arcades, I played a shitload of lesser known Neo Geo games like Art of Fighting and World Heroes 2 Jet and like Magician Lord and stuff like that. And so I really enjoyed those games and I really got good at them. And so when other people were like, hey, let's try this game over here, I'd fucking smoke them. And then I'd get the shit kicked out of me because I was like 11 and they were like 17-year-old bastards, like whatever. So World Heroes, great games. I loved every port of World Heroes. I bought the 70 bucks in 92 or 91. Whenever Sunsoft ported World Heroes to the Super Nintendo, I bought that on launch. I like saved up my allowance and I begged my parents to take me to Walmart and we bought it and I brought it home and I was like, yay, this is the best game ever. And most people are like, no, it's really not. Like Street Fighter 2 is way better. And I'm like, screw you guys. Like, all right, anyway, let me get going. This is the card to play arcade cards on your Turbo Duo or Turbo Graphics or Super Graphics or whatever, PC Engine Duo. And you need these. This is sort of like the Sega 32X. So like 32X games, you had to have the connector. This you have to have in your Turbo to play the arcade card games. It just adds like extra RAM and stuff and stronger possibilities as far as like faster loading times, better graphics, better animation, stuff like that. You need this for that. And there's only like a handful of games that use it, but this is one of them. Did I talk about... I don't even know if I talked about this. Shit. I should have talked about this on the first stream. 3x3eyes or 3x3eyes. This game is actually an arcade card and VHS tape. It's also dusty because I really don't play it. It's just on display. But it's one of those few games that's an arcade card and Super CD. And this is a movie and a game all in one. And it's pretty badass. I got this, I believe I got this for a PC Engine FX Forums Christmas exchange one year. Secret Santa exchange, so that's how I got this. Never played it much. I watched the VHS tape once or twice. It's obviously in Japanese, so it's kind of hard to follow, but pretty cool shit, dude. Alright, let's start going here. Ranma Half, this is the fighting game. This is probably my favorite Ranma game on the system. It's got really good cutscenes and awesome fighting sequences. The fighting is good. It's fine. The animation and the cutscenes are fantastic, though. The storyline's hilarious. As is most things Ranma. Ranma, it's a game by Messiah, so Messiah is incredibly good with graphics and music and stuff like that. So, all right, Advanced VG. I think this is, I don't know what the VG stands for. Isn't it just Very Old Geo or something like that? I don't know. Advanced VG. It's another really good fighting game. It's a cast of all females, so it's really, really awesome. Good game. Good game. Wasn't too expensive. I think it's like a $20, $25 game. Flash Hiders. This is another fighting game on the PC Engine. It's actually interesting that I'm starting with this area of the Turbo stuff because it's all fighting games. Like, there's just tons of fighting games. This game, I was shocked by how good it was. I had always heard it was kind of a mid-range, like, it's one of those fighting games that are pretty decent, but, you know, nothing really too spectacular. It's way better than I was expecting. Like, I think it's really good. I think I actually might prefer it over Advanced VG. Maybe. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I had to get Black Hole Assault. So, I grabbed Black Hole Assault because I played this on the Sega CD back in the day, and I thought I enjoyed it on the Sega CD, but really it's not that great. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's silly. I think it was like $10, maybe less, and so I picked it up for the PC Engine just to see how it compares to the US Sega CD version, and honestly, the intro, all 100% in English, with, I think, Japanese subtitles on the bottom. It's hilarious, though. So it's a good one to try out and play around with and just laugh at. All right, bootleg warning. It's PCE Works Godzilla. The American version of this is ridiculously expensive, but I thought Tobias and the PCE Works guys did a really good job. Do a really good job with putting together these booties. And I got it in a box set, I think the Turbo Duo years or something like that. But it's Godzilla. Another fighting game. It's pretty decent. Alright, then we've got the best games probably ever made. Gate of Thunder. This is the Gate of Thunder 4-in-1 pack that came with your Turbo Duo. If you got it, this is the one I got. in 1992 with my Turbo Duo. Beautiful game. It includes Bonk's Adventure, Bonk's Revenge, and Bomberman. Really beautiful game. Lords of Thunder. This is a spectacular fucking game. I've never paid more than like $50 for this game, and I've owned it twice now. The first time I paid for it on the TZD website, or 1-800-DUO-THIS, back in the early mid-90s, and it was part of a buy 3 get 1 free. Buy 2 get whatever it was. Buy 2 get 1 free. So it was 3 games for $100. That's how I got Lords of Thunder the first time I ever bought it. And the last time I bought it, I think I paid $60 for it. Somebody was getting rid of it on the forums, and the case isn't in the best shape. It's got a big ass crack there, but I can always replace the jewel case, and that's not a problem. But yeah, legit Lords of Thunder. All right, so now representing my boy Dark City Productions t-shirt. It is the Gate of Thunder and Lords of Thunder combo set. Look at this shit. And both soundtracks 100% remastered. This is, if you can't find yourself a legit original, Jesus, what is this stuff? Oh, I've got the orders and stuff in here. That's pretty cool. If you can't find yourself the legit originals of Lords and Gate of Thunder, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Just go ahead and grab yourself. Get a hold of Tim at Electro Haze over at Dark City Productions and get yourself the Gate of Thunder and Lords of Thunder 2-in-1. Now you got to remember these are CDRs, so they should be played delicately on your original real hardware. But if you're playing it via emulation, you can play it any way you want. But dude, this soundtrack is so good, and he doesn't murder the soundtrack. He doesn't remix it. He doesn't take any like liberties that he shouldn't on it. He just really makes it sound better. He balances things out. So that the gameplay doesn't overwhelm the soundtrack while you're playing it. It's the best way to play it, for real. I still love the original, and I still play the originals, but this is awesome too. All right, Sid Mead's Terraforming. I played this on my stream not too long ago. I actually really like this game. This is the Japanese version. It's infinitely cheaper. It still goes, I believe it somehow goes for over $100 now, maybe even more. But the US version of this is out of this world. When I had the original version of it, which I probably paid less than $50 for back in the old 1-800-DUO-THIS days or TZD days, I wound up selling it in 2008. I think I sold it for $100, and now it's going for like $500. So, yeah, screw that. I'm happy with the Japanese version. Gradius 2. What more can you say? It's Gradius 2. This is the 16-bit souped-up version of the arcade game. This is my favorite version of Gradius 2. I played, or Gradius 2, however you want to say it. I played Gradius on NES or Famicom, I should say. I've got it for the Famicom. I played the arcade version. But dude, the turbo version is amazing. It's so well done. Great game. Reisenber 3. This is a bootleg version. Oh no. It's Data West's. Yeah, this is Reisenber 3. I think it comes with 2 in here too, or is it? Yeah, there's 2 and 3 in here. It's just, and I think both instruction manuals are in here. I got this in the Shoot 'em Up collection. From PC Works. So I've never really spent a lot of time with Reisenbar 2 or 3. They just kind of got to me. So they got to me. What can I say? Image Fight 2. Awesome kick-ass game. This game I got for Secret Santa a couple of years ago from my good friend Opethian, and I haven't talked to him. Actually, I talked to him recently. Not too long ago, but he's an old forum buddy, and also an old game convention buddy too. Yeah, Image Fight 2 is so hard, but it's a wonderful game. Like, it's genuinely great. And speaking of hard, R-Type Complete CD, the Japanese version of R-Type. I shouldn't say Japanese version of it. It's the Japanese CD-ROM version of it. It's basically the original R-Type, but with CD music. Good stuff, really fucking hard. I've got 2 here. One legitimate. Stop Rodia! I played this on the stream not too long ago. It's probably one of the best shoot-em-ups ever made. It's a cute-em-up, what they consider a cute-em-up. Really fun. A lot of fun. Amazing music. Great intro cutscenes. And then not too long ago, I got the bootleg version of it, which is very similar looking. Not a whole lot different here that you can tell, maybe just a little bit off in the colors and stuff. And I've never actually opened this. I've just kept it sealed because I've got the original, so I don't need any real reason yet to open this. So it's Star Protea. Got a legit in a booty sweat. Got another booty coming up. Here comes the booties. It's the world of the booties. This is a turbo reproductions of Nexer. I never owned Nexer, and so it was one of those games that I really, really wanted, and so we made a bootleg version of it. Turbo reproductions is always a great option for just games that you don't own, but you want to be able to play, and obviously I'm not reselling or anything like that, so it's good to have it, just to be able to resell it. And then another Dark City Productions creation. Obviously the original Cotton Japanese version. It's a good game. I'm actually not like super in love with Cotton, but it is a good game. And then not too long ago, oh god, the cover is terrible. I'm gonna have to cover some stuff. It's terribly awesome, but it's a little much. This is the remastered soundtrack version of Cotton that has all new music. It's actually remixed with the arcade version, so you can have really, really good music. It really balances really well with the original soundtrack. So that's the Cotton remastered by Electro Haze. Again, try this out if you're interested in it. They're inexpensive ways to play soundtrack-wise superior games. So there's the Gate of Thunder 2-in-1 with Lords of Thunder, and then Cotton, and then there's also a download game, Download 2, which was released on PC Engine in Japan, which he has a remaster for too on his website. So you got to check all that stuff out, including really cool t-shirts. All right, so then Kaiden Zero. Haven't spent a lot of time playing this one, but not too long ago, Tony Majors and I, we played this for a little bit, and we got our asses handed to us. So good game. I haven't spent a ton of time with it yet, so I don't really have a way of really defining my review or an opinion of it, but from what I've played, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. This is another bootleggy one that I did through Turbo Reproductions. Actually looks pretty decent too. This is a good one. But I haven't, I'm like stuttering, like, Metamore Juniper. This is a game that I actually heard a review or a video review of from Aaron Nanto from the old PC Engine FX forums. And he was talking about how it's one of those games that like no one talks about. It's just completely fell under the radar. Nobody talks about it. And it's like above average shoot 'em up, but the graphics are spectacular. And it's true. There are some effects in this game that I'm really like blown away by. And so I had to get a copy of it just to be able to play it out and stuff. And from what I've played, again, it's above average. It's a fun shoot 'em up. It maybe could have came to the US. It maybe should have. I mean, they could have like thrown like Terraforming 2 on it or something like that. I mean, who knows what. But good game. Really, really pretty graphics though. Like it's one of those games that you put on as a showcase because it does like it's got a ton of lines of parallax, and it also does like some morphing. Like think of that Castlevania level when you're going through and like the background's like turning, like it almost feels like you're in a cylinder. This game's got that. But as the cylinder's turning around you, like it comes in front of you and your ship goes behind it and stuff. It's like really fucking good special effects for, everybody's gonna say it, but an 8-bit console. But I consider it 16-bit, like for graphics and stuff. But this is, and it's only a Super CD. Like it's not using any arcade card, no extra RAM. It's impressive. I always liked this one. Always liked it. All right, then. One of the best games ever made, Ys 4, The Dawn of Ys. This is a Japanese version. And then I got a Turbo Reproductions copy of Ys 4 with the American translation that was done to it. I think it's only a matter of time before that one gets bootlegged pretty badly. But just so you know, I'm never going to obviously sell this, but I've got my discs just blank because that's how I roll. But I need to play through this. I've never played through the US version. I've played through the US fan translated version. I've never played through it all the way, but I've got about halfway through Ys 4. And from what I played of it using a game FAQ back in the day, I loved it, and it's kind of weird to say this is one of my favorite games I've ever made, even though I've never played all the way through it. But it is. It's East Book 1 and 2, but pumped up so much more. And it's so impressive. So yeah, this has got to be a must play someday on my stream. And I'll get it going. Hopefully when I have my setup all done and ready to go with legitimate hardware, that's when I could do it. So finally I got through the fighting games and the shoot 'em ups, and now I'm to the RPGs. Dungeon Explorer 2. Awesome, beautiful, beautiful game. This is actually the Japanese version. I wound up getting, someone made I think it was Jody from Turbo Reproductions, but he made me a instruction manual, and I thought it was really cool, so I put it in here. I always loved the art of Dungeon Explorer 2. Then years later, Tobias and his PC Works, he did an updated version of it, which just kind of poofs up the original art, and I think it looks beautiful, the Dungeon Explorer 2, with the smaller Duo logo. I think there's certain charm to the giant red Duo, or whatever color it was, on the bottom of Turbo Duo games towards the end there, but like I really do like that little red, or the little white logo too. It looks really nice. So yeah, that's Dungeon Explorer 2. I would consider Dungeon Explorer 2 to be one of the best games on the Turbo Duo. It's like literally one of my favorites. Dungeon Master Theron's Quest. This is Dungeon Master, but done for the Turbo Duo. Really good game. There's something to be said about old school dungeon like exploring games where you're just lost in the dungeons for hours and hours on end. Get into battles. You're trying to figure out tricks and open doors and find keys. And God, this is a good one. This is a good one too because it eases you into it. It doesn't just immediately kick your ass and then you just get like, man, I'm deflated. I don't even feel like continuing. This one like lets you eases your way into it because the first dungeon's pretty easy. So it's a good one. It's a good one. And speaking of games that kick your ass and leave you in the middle of the dungeon without any idea where you're supposed to go, the Wizardry series. I sent my Wizardry 3 and 4 off to Secret Santa. Shh. I know it's not Christmas yet, but I still have a copy of Wizardry 5. I think it's cool to have these, and for the most part, the menus are in English, but everything else is Japanese. And so when you're trying to figure out the name of like characters or the name of, I don't know, it's like half in English and half in Japanese, and it's very difficult. And there are obviously other resources to play Wizardry games on consoles, Super Nintendo, NES, whatever. And I've got them, I played them on my original consoles. So getting these for the Turbo was just like a way of saying like, look, it's on the Turbo too. And so I got them. At the same time, do they get played? Hardly ever. And I can't even like bring them to conventions to display them because then people are like, why do you have this? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. Still cool. I love dungeon crawlers, so it's cool to see that. Zack 1 and 2. This is the Zack Parts 1 and 2 collection. These games actually play a lot like East Book 1 and 2, but I got them because these fan translations were coming out, and so I was kind of starting to get into them, or I at least wanted to try them more. They're a lot like East, so the gameplay is very similar to East, but I've never played through it. I don't know much more about it. This one came out in '92. It's on the Super CD, and maybe it's something I'll have to jump into. Maybe it's something I'll have to play a little more. This is Exile 2, or XZR 2, or I don't even know. Someone just did, Games Etc. They just did a review of the Exile series that really has kind of just gone away. Like, this is a game series that really could be brought back and I think fixed quite a bit. But Exile 2, in the US, it was called Wicked Phenomena. I liked it. It's a good game, but it is really hard. And it has a lot of bugs in it, too, that is just so silly. One of the things is when it's like a half action RPG, so like the areas, it's like Zelda. Think Zelda. So you're walking through towns and stuff like top down style, and you're going around that world or whatever top down style. But when you get into my zipper's down again. It's not. Would you guys stop it? Stop! You can't even see my zipper. But you can you get into a dungeon or whatever, and then it turns into a side-scrolling action adventure game, just like Zelda or whatever. But in this one, for whatever reason, say the screen's like this, your character has to go all the way to the edge before the screen starts scrolling with you. And at that point, you can fall down traps, bad guys can get you, whatever. It was always the biggest bug. Like, I can't believe someone QA'd that, and they were testing it, and they're like, good to go. Like, it's the thing that really detracts me from wanting to play it more. So irritating. Rondo of Blood. This is the original Japanese Rondo of Blood for the Turbo Duo. I don't know what more I can say about this game other than it's quite possibly the best video game ever. Best video game on the PC Engine. Let's say that. It's fucking perfection. Like, if you want a Castlevania game that does everything Castlevania should do perfectly, this is it. Like, it does everything. It's got branching paths. It's got the classic style gameplay. It's got it where you can find people, save people, and then play as them. Okay, one other character. But it's like a mix of every good Castlevania game. And it's done perfectly. This is amazing. It's like the closest thing to a 10 out of 10 I've ever played. It's just perfect. PCE Works Bonk 3 on CD. Now, you know I got the legitimate Japanese version of Bonk 3 on the Hue card, so getting this, obviously the traditional US version of it. The interesting thing, too, is this game, Bonk 3 CD, only came out in the US. It was not released in Japan. So it is a ridiculously expensive game, so getting a bootleg of it, whatever. I don't care. I always enjoyed the CD version of it. Some people don't really prefer it, but I don't care. I think it's a good game. The two-player simultaneous stuff is actually really fun. It was a good game to play with my kids. Another bootleg. Dynastic Hero. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Why do you have a bootleg of Dynastic Hero? Because the game is insanely expensive in Japan. And this is, I believe, part of the Turbo Duo Memories collection. So I like the cover. It looks pretty cool. I do not have real Dynastic Hero in Japanese or in English. So this is the only one I got as a bootleg. I'm a bootlegger. All right, we're getting there. Legend of Xanadu 2. This is a game that is actually in this series of the Legend of Heroes. This is actually one of the later Xanadu games, which spawned all the way back down on the NES with like Legacy of the Wizard and Fax Xanadu, which was really just called Fax Xanadu because it was called the Famicom Xanadu. This is in that series. This is the Legend of Xanadu 2, which actually plays more like a side-scrolling action-adventure game. The graphics in it, though, are superb. Maybe some of the best graphics on the system. I would never say like it looks as good as Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy or whatever, Final Fantasy 3 and Chrono Trigger, because a lot of people look at those games as like the top of the line when it comes to 16-bit RPGs. Like, nothing's ever looked better than Chrono Trigger. I think this is better. I think it looks better. I think the graphics are more crisp. The music is obviously better. It's on a Red Book Audio CD. If this Legend of Xanadu 1 and 2 ever got fan translated to the US, or we could actually read and play the game, like, and I know there's a few projects out there that are on pause right now, but there are potential for that in the next couple years. It's like life-changing. This and the Far East of Eden games, Legend of Xanadu 1 and 2, Far East of Eden, had those games come out in the US when we were kids, officially translated by NEC or Hudson or whoever, or TTI or whatever, it would have been life-changing. I don't know if it would have saved the console by any means, but it would have been life-changing. Like, it would have been like, you know what? You guys have Chrono Trigger. You guys can have Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy 3. We're good. We're good. We've got the best RPGs ever made. All right. Oh, and speaking of that, here's the first Legend of Xanadu that came out on the PC Engine. Fucking amazing game. This one's actually more of a traditional style RPG, but it does also have some side-scrolling action sequences too. Yeah, it's so good. And obviously, you know, if it's done by Falcom, it's fantastic. So it's like souped up, mega, ultra beautiful versions of everything you ever saw in East or whatever. It's just, it's so good. There's quite a bit of people that prefer the first one over the second one. I love them both because I think they're different enough, they're unique from each other, so that you can love them both because they're both great games. All right, one of my favorite RPGs ever, and this is a weird one because nobody talks about it. It's kind of like Metamore Juniper, how people weren't talking about it. But this is Gulliver Boy. Gulliver Boy came out, I believe, on the Super Nintendo, the Sega Saturn, and the PC Engine. Maybe it was just Saturn and PC Engine, but this game is super good. It uses Hue Video, which they put up here on the top. It's like Hue Video. What it is just full motion video. All the cutscenes are done in FMV. So it's like almost like a Sega CD game in that respects, or like an early Saturn PlayStation game. But it really is good. The gameplay is more similar to Dragon Quest. I was going to say Dragon Warrior, but it's more similar to like Dragon Quest style of battles and stuff. But dude, it's so good, and the graphics are awesome, and I don't know, it's good graphics, good music, good everything. It's one of my favorites on the PC Engine. If I ever got fan translated, I'd love them forever. Then we've got Dragon Slayer. Look at that, The Legend of Heroes, the game I'm currently playing on my Twitch streams. I'll be playing more of that tonight. Love it. You guys know plenty about it. Classic RPG. And then, sadly, we never got it in the U.S., but Dragon Slayer 2, and I actually bought this in Green Bay, Wisconsin for $10. Saw a freaking game store with Japanese PC Engine games. I was like in heaven. Like, what? How's that possible? But yep, the Dragon Slayer 2, Legend of Heroes 2, never came out in the U.S., so imported that baby. Import me, baby. And then a Japanese version of a really good RPG called Startling Odyssey 2. Not too long ago, a series of almost finished translations were out there. So this is the almost finished translation. Oh no, that's a legit one. I think the other side I put so here you can see the PC works. It's a bootleg, but I got the legit and the translated one in here, booty and a real one. So if I ever wanted to get into it, I haven't played it too much because I saw some of the translation was not finished quite yet, so it's like it's like 80% done. Like, oh, so it's kind of like Zack 3, where I didn't quite play it enough to get a real idea of how much I liked it or disliked it, but supposedly it's good. I'm sure I'll get into it eventually. Startling Odyssey 2. All right, I've got 10 minutes to get through all the rest of these down here. Holy shit! All right, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but we'll just start going. This is just, God, is it good. I think over Christmas break I need to do a marathon of this on Twitch, but it's one of the best games I've ever played. Beyond Shadowgate is my favorite point-and-click adventure game. This is just spectacular. It came out in the U.S. Developed by ICOM Simulations, so it was done by the same team that did the original Shadowgate, and it's my favorite part of the trilogy. There's Shadowgate, Beyond Shadowgate, and Shadowgate 64. I love it. It's so good. There's a poster inside. I don't know if I have the poster in here, though. Oh, I do. Fuck, do I have the poster in here? Yeah, everything is legit in here. This is actually a pretty sought-after rare game, too. 100% legit. It's really good. Another game, if you guys follow this stream, you saw me play through just a few months ago. Loom. I got the best stories of this game about when me and my buddies were playing it. Check out my YouTube channel for the long play of Loom that we did. I think back in June or whenever it was. We played Loom in June, and love this game. So good. All right, let's see how fast I can get through these. Shadow of the Beast. It's the PC Engine port of Shadow of the Beast. This is actually the US version. Yes, it is. It's a great game. It's a great game. I love this port of it. I think it's really, really well done. Tons of parallax, amazing soundtrack. It's great. Then, interestingly, our Metroidvania game for the PC Engine Turbo Duo, it's Shapeshifter. I think the Shapeshifter... Yeah, okay. I made this because I don't have a manual for it, so I've made that. It's not the best looking, but the game itself is legit. I love Shapeshifter. It's really good. It's like... Okay, it's not really good. I like the game. It's quirky and unique and weird and obscure, and it is a Metroidvania style game. My God, I hate that term. It's a Metroid style game where you can it's open world. You go wherever you want. I even have a map of it printed out and put on my bedroom wall, I think. Jesus Christ, yeah. But it's fun. I think it's pretty fun. It's quirky. It's got a really interesting gameplay. Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting. Not perfect, but it's good. I think it's a lot of fun. Prince of Persia. This is the U.S. version of Prince of Persia. Really good game, again. I don't think I had the manual for it, so I got a bunch of loose discs. I don't remember how exactly, but someone was giving them away, and I'm like, I'll make cases for them. I got no problem. They're legit games. They're not booties, but Prince of Persia is Prince of Persia. It plays really well compared to other game console versions of it. It's good. This is this the TV show? No, this is that. Oh, I don't remember what it is, but it's a booty. It's a PC Works. What is this one called? I think it's called like Ghouls School or Ghouls something like that. I don't remember. Why don't I remember it? Oh, hold on. It is Horror Story. Horror Story. I remember this now. It's kind of similar to like Ghosts and Goblins meets... Yeah, okay, thank you, Sarah. A Horror Story. I got this in the arcade collection from Tobias, our good friend Tobias. Cheeky boys. Booty time. I'm going through all the bootlegs now. They're on the bottom. Cheeky Boys is a Capcom arcade game. Also came out on the Genesis. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Oh, shit. Future Boy Conan. This, I never knew that the art was done by Hideo Miyazaki. And it is. I didn't realize that. I actually had no idea that Miyazaki did the art. But if you look at it, I mean, come on. It's so Miyazaki. Holy shit, am I running out of time? I'm never going to get through these all. But this is a really good game. Really good action platformer. It's awesome. Like, I really enjoyed it. All right, we're going to have to rattle them off now. Conan Boy. We've got Valis. Valis 4. Starbreaker. Shit, I forgot I even had this. Oh, man. Starbreaker is an action... It's a traditional RPG. I remember seeing gameplay of it. Like, I saw gameplay of it and thought, wow, that looks cool. And then I bought it and played it for 5 minutes and then put it away. Yeah, this is cool. I want to try this some more. It looked really pretty. Starbreaker! Magical, because every year for PCE's or PC Engine FX Secret Santa, someone always gets a Magical, and I got one year. It's actually a really good action RPG, similar-ish to like, was it Valkyrie? That Valkyria game, or like Zelda or something like that. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. I'm not taking nearly enough time talking about them though, because there's more to it than that for sure. I don't even know how to say this game. Sorry, how do you say it? I know it starts with a Y. It's a crazy side-scrolling platformer for the PC Engine, and it's amazing. This is what, if they ever would have been able to localize this, which they probably would never have been able to, but this would have been the perfect Super CD version of JJ and Jeff. Like, it's a really good platformer on the PC Engine Super CD. It's super, super fun. And I have no idea how to pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. But it's fun. Let's see. Kazekire, Riot Zone, Double Dragon 2. Riot Zone, Double Dragon 2, two of the best beat-em-ups. Two of the only beat-em-ups. This is actually a legit Double Dragon 2 as well. This came out in Japan, but we did not get it in the US. And Riot Zone I played on the stream, a month or two ago. It's a good Final Fight style clone. Beat-em-up. It's such a good clone, in fact, that it's only one player. You foolish bastards. Downtown Neketsu, Monogatari, Yoshin Kyoku, which is the... Oh, shit. Okay, I'll just start pulling them out. This is like a... Yoshin Kyoku is like a cross-country game where you run around and it's a race. Like, you just run through everything. And, of course, Kunio Soccer, which is, of course, soccer games. I got quite a few Kunio games on this Turbo 2 that we did not get in the U.S. We didn't get any of them in the U.S., but we did get them in Japan. So they have a really good collection of those. And then, let's see. I think, Tecmo World Cup, because, soccer games. I actually have a bunch of random soccer games down here. I may just go through them now. J-League, Tremendous Soccer. And then the F Project racing game. Really, why do you have these games? They're not like something I go to and play all the time, but the soundtracks are pretty good. And actually, this F Project game has a really good soundtrack that I sometimes put into the CD player and just listen to. Good stuff. But with that being said, I've run out of time. I've got to jump on a work meeting now. My lunch is over with. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. The next time I do an Obey tour of the PC Engine / Turbo Duo stuff, I'm going to finish it up with the last of the Super CD-ROM stuff, but I'll call it the homebrew episode because then I can go through all of the homebrew stuff and all the indie stuff that I got from really great people like Sarumaro and a bunch of other people. Mindwreck, whatever the fuck Arkhan's group is called. Jesus, what is it called? Oh shit, he did Jesus, Aetherbite and other people. So we're gonna jump into those. I'll do a homebrew episode of this whole thing again, where I just review the collection of homebrew games and the remaining Super CD-ROM stuff. So I'll do that another time. Cannot believe I ran out of time again doing this, but I figured it would take a while. I ramble on too, and I'm sorry about that. But hey, you got to see about Tecmo Super World Soccer and, Tremendous Soccer 94. Those are super important. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out today. Thanks for listening to me ramble about my Turbo Games library shit. So anyway, you guys take it easy, and I will be playing Dragon Slayer Legend of Heroes 1 tonight on my Twitch stream at 9 p.m. Central Time. So I hope to see you guys then. Take it easy.